I've got a new toy. Joshua Weissman's new cookbook just came out. It's full of just plain deliciousness. You really need to get this book. Support your people, you know? He's really fun to watch. I'll link all of his stuff and this book down below. As I was perusing through the book, I came across something that I had been wanting to make for a while now. I've made them before, but this is a new recipe, so I have to try. And that is the English muffin. I'm excited. I love English muffins. They are so delicious, especially homemade English muffins. This recipe does take a few hours, but it is so worth it. You can really taste the difference, and I think we should just get started, because the sooner I can eat this, the sooner I can get Papa Kiss. Let's go. First thing we're gonna need to do is make our little yeasty boy. So I have got some water and some whole milk in here, heated to about 105 Fahrenheit. You really wanna make sure that it's the correct temperature for your yeast. I just have some instant dry yeast going in here. Give this a mix, and we're gonna wait for this to activate. Shouldn't take longer than 10-15 minutes. It's gonna start to bubble up and smell really delicious. Just let it sit. If it doesn't activate, if it doesn't get bubbly or foamy, or you can't see things happening in here, the yeast is not alive. Start again. Don't use it if it doesn't activate. While the yeast is doing its thing, we're gonna get the rest of our mixture together. I have some flour in here. The recipe calls for bread flour. I don't have it, and I didn't go out and get it just for this. This is all-purpose flour. I think it should be fine. If it's not, I'm very sorry. It is what it is. I'm going to add some sugar, some salt, and give it a mix around. Hi, Toasty. What you doing? Okay. It's done with me. The yeast is good to go. It got foamy. It's not all the way there yet, but at least I know it's alive, so in she goes, along with some melted butter that I let cool for a little bit. You don't want it too hot because it'll kill the yeast. So that goes in as well. Now for some fun, wash your hands. Time to get dirty. Swirl this around. Get it all kind of incorporated and worked into a shaggy dough. When someone says shaggy dough, that's what this is, for a visual reference. Then onto a floured surface, clean surface. Dump them out, and here we go. Time for a workout. Just bring the dough together, and we're gonna knead this for 5-10 minutes until the dough gets nice and smooth. It'll come together, I promise. Whenever I make anything with bread, I always kind of take this time to kind of think about, what am I gonna do with this bread? What am I gonna do with these English muffins? And the answer is easy for me anyway. I'm gonna just give them the old fork split, crust them up in a toaster, slather them with butter. Oh, I can just taste it now. Oh yeah. About halfway there. We are not completely smooth yet. Still a little lumpy and bumpy, but we are on our way. Been about 10 minutes. We are ready for our rise. Into a very lightly greased bowl. Just gonna plop this down in here. I will bid it adieu. Gonna let this rise for an hour or so at room temperature, or I like to put mine in my oven with the light on. Don't turn the oven on, just the light, until it is nice and big and ready to use. Just how I like it. I can tell just from this luscious mound that we have grown. Oh, so beautiful. Now, just want to release the gases, so, you know, just, did that guy not call you back? Beautiful. Release the dough, lightly flour your surface again. And now this is the interesting part, to me at least, with this recipe. Usually, you know, you break it off into little balls and then you kind of roll them and then flatten them, cook them. This recipe actually rolls the dough out and cuts it with a cutter. I'm so excited to try this because my problem always with English muffins is that they come out so round. And I want a flat English muffin, for crying out loud. So I'm hoping that this will help me. I'm gonna roll it out to about 1/2 inch in thickness, cutting out my rounds. Get as many as you can. And then if you want to, just roll the dough back up and cut your rounds again. Got a sheet tray here, threw some cornmeal on here, the quintessential must-have for English muffins. And then I'm just gonna gently lay these right on here, sprinkle with a little more cornmeal, cover it up to rise for another 1/2 hour or so until they are light and fluffy boys. See you in a bit. Also, this is a 3-inch cutter. We are ready to roll. I could not for the life of me find my big cast iron, so this is gonna take me a while because I can only do one at a time. But I'm heating up my cast iron here, medium heat, lightly greased. I think you can also do this in a nonstick. Look at how beautiful and puffy. They're so soft. I also have a wire rack over here to transfer onto when they are done to cool. Another thing I like about this recipe is that it is all done stovetop. I really don't like the ones where you kind of start them on the stove and bake them. Everything's done on the stove. So I'll do a couple minutes each side, just make sure to check them every now and again. Oh my God, it's an English muffin. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at how pretty. It's nice and brown. It looks just like a store-bought one. There is your English muffin. This is taking way too long, so I'm gonna try it in my nonstick. I just wanna get it done. Carry on with the rest of your English muffins. These are the ones for my nonstick over here. It's definitely less dark, but in the time it took me to make 3 in a nonstick, I made 5 in my cast iron, so you do the math. It works just fine in a nonstick. Look at that. Homemade English muffins. They came out so good. These were the ones in my nonstick, these lighter ones, and these were the ones in the cast iron. They definitely got a nice crunch on them, but if you want lighter ones, maybe nonstick is for you. They smell delicious. They are going to taste delicious. Give it the old fork split. You will get like the cracky nooks and crannies and such with just a regular split, like with a knife, but these will get you those deep caverns that you want. Oh, look at that. But I need to have one, so I'm gonna toast it. This is one of the ones that I had with my re-rolled dough. Look at that. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. They have been toasted. Look at these English muffins. Oh, I'll do it down here. And you know, I've got to hit it with a little sea salt. Look at that bottom. That is so good. These taste just like an English muffin. Obviously, but better. This texture is like meatier, if that makes sense. It's got a chew to it that's just like so good. And the crunch. You gotta make these. It's such an easy recipe to follow, and you made them. You made English muffins. I'm very proud of you. Enjoy.